good. Checking the gate. Make sure that everything's good. And we are good. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, skewers. Everybody out there in TV land, thanks for joining us for another lunch stream. I'm checking something real quick. Let me look at something real quick. Yes, say something, Grim, for me real quick.
Peanut butter.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. Welcome back to another RSG Lunch stream. I just was checking the sound real quick. Someone said I was too loud. I got to check some of the mic settings for each of the different skins we have. Sometimes they seem fine, and then sometimes it seems like I'm louder than everybody. So I'm just trying to make sure that everything is good to go. But welcome to our lunch stream. This is our lunch hour where we hang out with you guys, bring you something fun to listen to as we talk shop about Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. We're going to do a roster review. I'm going to suffer through mod depression, and then we're going to answer your questions. So if you have questions, all you need to do is put your questions into the chat, and we will make sure you put question in front of your statement, and we will get those scooped up. Glad to have you guys here. It's me, your host, with the most, Ranger J 1999. Of course, I got Grim the mechanic with me as well.
Yes, I am here.
He is here. Welcome to the stream. So skills, welcome. So if you're out there in TV land, make sure you say hello. We like to shout out everybody we can, so say hi, say whatever in chat, and we'll shout you out here in a couple of minutes. Couple housekeeping things. Make sure you give us a thumbs up on the video, subscribe if you haven't, and of course we've got in the middle there, we got Lord Vader's Cup of Plenty. If you would like to donate to the channel, please do. It's very much appreciated. So do that. And now for the schedule for today, we're going to do this right immediately after this. I'm going to go into my GAC. We'll discuss it there. We'll do our battles. And then tomorrow what I will do is I will do my battles. Well, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this because I usually do Battlefront. I may wait till the finals to do it. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I'm going to do my GAC and get it knocked out. And it'll be a lot of fun. We'll discuss and everything. And then tonight, I will be on Mr. Stream, I believe. And I'll see if I get a mini roster review session. And if I can't, then I will do another one on Saturday. Well, actually, I don't have time on Saturday, so I'll see what I can do. But GAC kind of pushes things back a little bit. So one way or the other, we'll get some stuff in for you guys. We'll get the battles done. We'll get everything done. So actually, no.
One thing's for sure, regardless of what's going on, there's going to be a crap load of RSG streams.
There's going to be a crap load of RSG streams. Someone said, "God damn, Ranger, you're a machine. How do you do all this stuff?" I'm like, well, it's not hard. You just do it, So we just want to say thank you to all the skewers out there for all your support. So make sure you shout out yourselves in chat so we can get to that, and we will do that. I think that covers all the mechanisms. Good, yes, we've all agreed it. Hello, fair fight. I want a clean fight, Grim. Nothing below the belt. No biting, none of that crap. Let's just keep it clean, okay? All right, let's see who's out there in TV land, and then we'll kick this pig into gear. Matt Bailey's here. He says, "Gracious good morning, gentlemen." He always has the nicest things to say. Hello, Matt. Glad to have you here, my friend. Vieris Agon says, "Hello, skewers. First round of GC underway. Hope everyone is doing well." Well, yeah, let us know how you're doing in GAC. I know a lot of people that I've been doing remods for and stuff like that and helping them and things of that nature are doing much better in GAC, and I'm glad to see it. Yuta says, "Greetings, RSG people. Hope all is going well today." Things same to you, Yuta. Dr. Feelgood says, "Skewers unite," and he would know. He's the one that makes you feel all right. Dr. Feelgood. Thank you, Dr. Feelgood, for being here. Spider Waves. Hello, Spider. Xylo Takedown. Why are you not in the damn Zoom calls, Xylo? I don't understand you. Is the apprentice choking you too much? Have you lost your voice? Xylo? Inquiring minds want to know. We need an update on the apprentice, so you're always welcome to join the lunch stream. Matt Bailey says, "Before the stream starts, what do you guys use to beat a solo nest?" There's a couple ways to do it, right? It depends. I always use I always use Trey at Nihilist combination if I see Nesty we're on defense. If there's a solo nest, there's a lot of. I'm just trying to. There's a few ways, and I'm going blank here. Grim, help me out here, because I'm just like, JTR will knock it out. Let's say you wanted to use a cruddy team.
Nihilus is usually the best medicine. Nihilus will eat her.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, what would be a good kick them in the face kind of team that you could use. I mean, you could always go in there. Well, it's kind of hard. You'd have to time it. IPD won't work because of the protection, right? Unless she's under
Well, unless you can get the first turn explode when she doesn't have the massive protection up.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. Trying to think. That's a good question, and I'm going blank because I just haven't faced any solo nest.
Yeah, I've never really
That's a really interesting question. Solo nest. There's a few teams that could do it. I mean, all your
probably
the Grievous would wreck it. But I mean, if it's a solo nest, what are you using? I mean, I guess you fought her on a team and then she's left over, which sucks. But you may have to sacrifice one of your better teams to go beat her ass down because some of the lower echelon teams just won't do it. You can't use troopers because Deathmark won't work, right? So that's off the table.
Well, Deathmark will work. It's just
it won't
she
land.
ends up getting so much protection up that it'll damage.
Yeah, I mean the thing with Deathmark, and I've used it before, is that you have to kill someone before, and so you can proc Deathmark, right? And then you can really hit the shit out of her, and she just won't last.
Yeah.
You know,
if it's solo nest, then Deathmark won't work. You're right.
Bounty hunters can do it. You have 2 executes with Jango and Boba Fett if you have them for offense. It's a possibility. What else? I mean, Anakin blocks her. Sidious can block, I think. Yeah. I gotta think about that some more.
Stuff that can stop her from healing is one of the big things.
Yeah. I'll have to think about that.
Characters that can ignore protection help, like Sith Assassin.
Yeah, that'll work.
And Sith Trooper.
Something like that. Okay, the Great Satire says, hello everyone, Wampa. CBO97, today's stream is brought to you by the letter C. Okay, very nice. No, we're not bringing that. We're gonna get out of here with that. Machwa says hello. Foreigner says good afternoon, skewers. Glad to have you guys here. Slap Meathead says hey. Hey, Slap. Hey. Hey, it's Skywalker Vader, our Canadian brother from another mother up north. He's up there drinking beer and eating that maple syrup, eh? He says, good afternoon, everyone. Thumbs up, pickles out, and laughter. Hell yeah.
Catch actually brought up a good thing.
What's that?
A thermal detonator team will destroy her.
Yes, good point.
The second she takes her turn,
boom.
That bonus protection goes away and she'll explode.
Yes, explosions. Excellent,
Smithers. Good one, proper catch.
Matthew 1908 says the C episode was one of the most epic ones ever. Yes, it was. Proper catch says the place to be is with RSG. Happy lunchtime. Hey, proper catch. Glad to have you here, brother. Gav P says, good afternoon, RSG peeps. I wish great speed mod slicing to all. Hashtag we fight that depression. Pickles out. Well, yeah, there you go. So, Shadowville, our H-Town brothers here. So is Rose Taco. He has a question. We'll get to those later. Zem420 says, sup, skewers. Zombie7469 text says, hi, guys. I just want to say thanks for the roster yesterday. It helped a lot. We're glad to help you, Zombie. And if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to reach out to us anytime. Let me go back up to see who else is in here. Kane77 says, sup, y'all. Proper catches Geos can beat a solo nest. That's true. Jedi Gunny's here. He says, hi, skewers. Great relic discussion on stream. Thank you, my friend. Spider says, Phoenix with Sabine. Yeah, that's true. The armor shreds will kick her ass. Let's see. Anybody else? And see who else we got here. Gruffalo says, what's up, RSG? Glad to have you here, Gruffalo. I think that's all we got right now. So a little bit, we had a huge stream yesterday for the Wednesday night stream. So keep your questions coming in, guys. Keep your stuff going in. We're going to have a lot of fun today like we always do. So glad to have you guys aboard as we rock and roll, kick ass, and take names. So that being said, I think it's time for Ranger to suffer through mod depression. So what I'm going to do is I've been slicing some mods. Let's just go slice some mods so I can get this over with. Plenty of mods. There's a health mod that I wanted to try to get to see what it hits. So we'll do that. I've been working on another mod just besides speed, but yeah, no, I need to know that. I just need
maybe RNG will be nice to you today.
It's not. So let's just cut the crap, Graham. That's not going to be nice to me. I mean,
I'm trying to be optimistic for a change.
Yeah, we got this blue. It's a 13. Let's see what happens. I was like, you know what? I do need to slice this. So let's get this going. So we'll get the materials here. Give me some materials. Okay, there's plenty right there.
While Ranger is getting ready and set up for depression, if we can get, there's 42 people watching right now. If we can get some more likes, that would be awesome.
That would be awesome, yeah. I am not spending 200. Get some. Yeah, let's do this. We'll spend some crystals. Why not? I've been getting a lot of crystals lately, doing my stuff. Oh, I need a little bit more, so we'll do one more. There we go. That's what they're here for. All right, we got what we need. So we're going to go slice this blue, see what we can do. All right, so far it's hit speed and nothing else, but there's health, and protection, and this never works out well for me. So, I mean, I have hope, but it always gets dashed. I don't know what it is. From blue to purple, it just goes to crap, Grim. So, RNG gods, I've sacrificed a pork. I've done everything you've asked. I need a win. Can I have a win? Can I have a win? RNG, please. So here we go. We're gonna slice this mod, and I think I'm gonna basically be like, that's it for me today, unless it hits. So here we go. Depression. Just depression. I mean, it can still hit. Purple to go to get hit, Grim. But it hit protection. Just, yeah. Didn't quite work out the way we wanted it to, Grim. So, depression. Just claim our crystals there, and sad day for Canada, therefore the world. Alright, so we're going to move on. That sucked. What's the event today, by the way? Let me look. Oh, it's just Endor. Let me get my Mega real quick. Give me my Mega. Let me get this real quick.
It's going to be Galactic Bounties in, what was it, about 4 days, I think?
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to that.
I almost beat the Acolyte event yesterday. I was doing it, and I was going through Warrior's video, and then I made a boo-boo. I wasn't paying attention. I died instantly. I was like, God damn, I almost had that bastard. I was like, oh, I'm so stupid. But one of the Jedi, I hate the Acolyte. I was like, no, and it AoE'd. I was like, no, I was supposed to kill that one. God dang it. Well, I'll tell you what. God dang it. Alright, so let's do our roster review. That always makes me happy because I like to help people, and it always puts me in a good mood. So let me pull up that, and we will get into our roster review today. Always fun to help people out, right? Makes you feel good. And today we are doing Minakuchi, or F Minakuchi, and they are in Club dos Huts. I hope I'm saying that right. Club dos Huts. And now we'll do the whole last review as a German accent because I don't speak German. You must do the same, Graham. Here we go. We're going to study this one. Alright, I find this boring. Let's go back to regular voices. Alright, and let's see what our good friend Minakuchi wants us to look at. He says, I would like you all to guide me on GAC. Best 8 compositions overall, 4 solid defense, 4 solid offense. Who should I get to gear 13 of those teams, and how are the mods in those compositions? Okay, cool. Doing fine Arena, doing fine in Fleet, getting that crystal payout. I like it. 4.9 million. So really not going to be looking at too much at like characters to farm, things of that nature. If I notice anything, I'll say something. But we're going to talk with strictly GAC. It's GAC time. So yeah, let's do that. Silverbolt showed up. Hey Silverbolt. The Rooster's here, and we also had Hellnix show up. So very nice. Let's see here. All right, so there's a lot of Gear 13s here already. So we are some of the teams that we've got. So we need 4 defensive teams. So the one, I'll just go 4 solid defense teams that I think, and it's still doing it. What in the hell is going on with GG, man?
I'm guessing his guild name is Portuguese, possibly?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't speak.
If it's
I don't
Portuguese,
speak.
then it's the Huts Club.
Yeah, I don't know. Obi-Wan Jabroni says, "Hey guys, hey Obi-Wan Jabroni, it's not working again, so I have to go back and do this old school.
Oh, means I need to stop my
This is
clan boss
stupid
raid.
ass
Battle Legends.
GG, man.
Load
Thought
up
it would have
your-
been fixed by now, but no. God damn it. All right, here we go. We'll do this old school. All right, let's go in here. We'll get Minokuchi stuff this way. Don't want to do it this way. Have to do it this way. That's what we have to do. So we need 4 defensive teams, 4 solid offensive teams. Let's look at your bounty hunters. They're okay. You can use them on defense. Let's check out the speed of your boss. You do have Django. 277, so 307. It's a solid team to use on defense. I use bounty hunters all the time, and with your speed that you have, it kind of forces them to use it upper echelon teams. A lot of times, defense teams will hold. Sometimes they won't, but it's did you force them to use something that they really didn't want to use there, right? And bounty hunters can do that because it's like if you get the speed fast enough on boss, what yours is, they can't use JTR, they can't use troopers. You know, you just make it an easy go in, kick their ass kind of thing. But if you've got eventually you'll need the second Zeta on boss. But your bounty hunters are solid. They're solid enough. You've got the characters that you need that you can go in there, especially with the thermals, the Greedo. You got enough AoE here that you can get the payout, and then you're off to the races. And it makes it very frustrating. Now, CLS can raffle stomp this, GR can raffle stomp this, but again, you're forcing them to use a team like that to beat your team. And again, that's part of the game too. But it looks really good. That's a possible defensive team. First order, you could use that on defense. It's not quite ready yet because we're missing the second Zeta off Kylo and the other Kylo, but it's still good. You can use that on defense.
Yeah, he's got the leadership as the Zeta on Mask Kylo.
Now your GR team is really, really nasty. Now the GR team gives you 2 possibilities. I've seen some people put it on defense. It's a nasty defensive team. They can be beaten. Revan and some other teams can beat it, but you can put this team on defense. You can use it for offense. So this is one of your can go either way teams. First order you can use on offense. So you can use bounty hunters on offense, but I kind of prefer they're more on defense, right? A lot of people like to save the first order now for defense to go clean up like Malix and stuff. I always use my Rogue One with IPD to do that. So I like this. You've got your clones pretty solid too.
I was just about to say his clones are almost ready to rock and roll right there.
That's a really good offensive team. I like the clones on offense. I'm not a big fan of them on defense. Now you don't have the Zetas yet on Rex or 5s. It's still a good solid offensive team, but it's a secondary offensive team, right? You can use it on some lesser squads. But Padme, you can definitely use this team on defense. You can definitely use it on offense. Let's say you've got it modded here. Mainly just Padme. I'm pretty sure Anakin, Kenobi are pretty steady. Yeah, okay, health, good. So he goes with slow Padme.
Yeah,
Kenobi, I'm sure I will say Gear 13 Kenobi. I'm about to do him, and God, he's so good. So I'm going to speed set. Health protection. A little low, but again, you're going for a faster Kenobi. That's okay. Anakin, what's Anakin got? Interesting.
Gear 13 Anakin. Nice.
Yeah. He went
75.
more health and protection and potency. I know. I prefer crit damage or crit chance on Anakin. If you want to put health and protection as that and have secondaries like offense and crit chance and all that, fine. But I know for Anakin Ahsoka, I go crit chance, crit damage. You can go offense set. I like the one on Ahsoka here. That's really nice. But that's just my preference. There's nothing wrong with what you got here. You made yours a little bit more survivable so that you can just make sure that they do what they do. So the GR team gives you a little bit of flexibility both way.
Well, real quick, while we're on the Galactic Republic, you got 2 mods on Ahsoka that can be sliced up.
Sure. There's some, yeah. So Stark, Imperial Troopers, great offensive team that you can use. This team can take out First Order. They can take out Bounty Hunters to shoot the speeder Stark. So he's 264 plus 20 from Veers, 284. Yep, you can definitely do that. That's a solid offense team, but it's for those kind of teams like that. Now, one team that can go both ways is your Night Sisters. I like Night Sisters on defense, and you can use them on offense. They're like the GR team. I'd prefer to put them on defense, especially if you put Geonosians behind them, because it forces them to try to use Trey or something like that against your Night Sisters, and then they get to your GRs and like, oh no, what do we do?
XSplit.
It makes it really difficult. That's why I've been doing it that way, and I think it worked for my advantage because he went after, in my GAC, the guy cleared my Nest Sisters, but he went after my Geonotions, didn't go well. And he hasn't attacked anything since. We'll discuss that in the GAC, but it's kind of a strategy that I'm using. You could even go this strategy, it's something me and Finn have been talking about, where you put Padme, which Trey has used to counter that, the Night Sisters and G's, and then the Geonosians. You know, that forces them really to make some tough choices there on what they're going to use. So, yeah, I like the Night Sisters on defense. But if you want to use it for offense, you can. But I prefer this as a strong defensive team. Really a pain in the ass. As we saw from Urs the other day, if you do it wrong, don't annihilate Daka. Always get Asajj off the board. You can survive plague, you can survive all kind of stuff, but once she gets ramped up and stuff, good God, she will wreck you. All right, let's see here. The Old Republic. Your Old Republic team's solid. You can use this team on defense with the Karth team. Very, very, very good. We also talked about the Jedi Knight Revan team. The Jedi Knight Revan team for me is an offensive team. You're going to pull Kenobi to your Padme team. Your Jedi Knight Revan team is going to be your offensive team. It can take out pretty much anything. It can even take out Darth Revan teams. It's such so good on offense, and I like Karth. You can use them on offense. I prefer them on defense. Any team that can regenerate health and protection do what it does. It can be countered, but so can everything in this game. But it's again forcing the issue. So unless they have the really high level Phoenix team, Palpatine can counter it. So yeah, good team for defense and a good team for offense there for you. Those are definitely my recommendations. Your Rebels are always offense. Your CLS, Chewie, Han combination with like 3PO, Old Ben. You can do whatever you want with them, but that's a really solid offensive team that can take out a ton of stuff. I'm not going to list it all here. Resistance can take out a lot of stuff as well. Yours are all Gear 12. Very, very nice. Jedi Training Ray, BB-8, R2-D2. You can go Finn, Scav Ray, you can go Finn, Resistance Trooper, Post sucks, I wouldn't put him in anything. It's this poop. But that gives you a good offensive team there. Scoundrels, we already talked about. Nest you can use, so if you want to use Nest for solo stuff, you can. If you want to put her on a team like your Bounty Hunters, you can. That makes them even more nasty. Do you have the Kira Stall team? You do have the Kira Stall team. That's another good team you can use. Kira, L3, Vandor. You have young Han and young Lando. That team, the prepared team, is very nasty on defense. It's a back wall team. I use it on the back wall because usually they burn a lot of stuff, and then they get to that team, and it can make your life miserable. So think about that as a defensive team. And then your Nest can be used for offense or defense on a team. It's up to you. Your Sith are offensive characters, so you're going to have the Sith Triumpher that you can run solo against like Night Sisters, other teams like that. You can use it against Geonosians. I use Maul on that team because of his AoE days. It's really nasty and can be very effective. But yeah, these are mainly offense. You go Emperor Palpatine Vader with like a Empire team for offense. Very good on offense. Now Darth Revan's another team that you can go offense or defense with, depending on what they've got. Yours are Gear 13. If they are lacking on Malak and Revan, I'd put it on defense and be like block. That's a great defensive team and forces the issue. So especially with having the GR team that you have, you have a Darth Revan killer on your side, so force him to try to kill it. So yeah, a lot of options here with the Sith for offense. Geonosh, let's look at your Separatists last.
Separatists, nice.
Yeah, they're really nice. So there's a couple of ways you can go there. You can use Grievous on offense or defense. I like to put them on defense. You can go Geonosians offense or defense. They work either way. On defense, they're a pain in the ass. I like Geonosians on defense because you can put a Night Sister team down in front of them. They get to their back wall and like, oh crap, Geonosians, and I just use Trail. What do I do now? Well, they can use GR. It'll clear it up, but it still forces them again to use something in your Geos or your 12. Very nice. Sunfax Gear 9. Sunfac a little bit, but that's okay. Your Spy's 11, your Geonosis Soldier, Pogler 12. The good thing is your Geonosis Brood Alpha is 12. So again, flexibility. You can go offense or defense with them. I like defense. Same thing with Grievous. You can go offense with Grievous. Use that as a Darth Revan killer. The cool thing too is if that's what you're going to do, then it's still he's a flexible tune too. So I like him on defense. I use him with Newt. I've got the Zeta on Newt, and that team does very, very well for me on defense, but I can see you using it on offense. So the good thing is with your roster is you've got flexibility. I would say, for offense, it depends on what you want to do. You could keep your Darth Revan for offense and put your GR team down on defense with your Night Sisters and Geos and really force them to figure out what they're going to do with their Traya, along with your First Order and your Bounty Hunters and your Karth team. And you can put Grievous down on defense, and that would still leave you like your two Revans, your JTR, your Rebels, your Sith Empire, your Troopers. That gives you a lot of flexibility on defense, and because you can put the Garrett Stall team down on defense as well. That just gives you more teams for offense, right? And I have no problem with that. If you put GR on defense and Night Sisters in defense, and then Geos on defense, put your Grievous down on defense. I mean, those are 4 really ridiculous teams that you can put on defense. Then figure it out put First Order, Bounty Hunters, and Kira somewhere. I mean, that's pretty much almost 8 teams on defense, and you still have plenty of teams for offense that you can go in and use that can counter a lot of stuff. So, yeah. But, yeah, I think that covers your main teams that you can go, and you can kind of mix and match. Scout your opponent out, see what they have, what they don't have, and then you can be a little creative with what you want to do. That's the great thing about having the in-depth roster that you have, Manakuchi, is that you've got some flexibility there. So I really like it. So that was the big thing that they wanted us to look at today. And he says, who should I gear 13 on those teams, and how are the mods in those compositions? So let's go back in and look again. I have to put it back in. Oh, Lord. I didn't see that part. So a lot of your teams are squared away. GG's worthless. We're not going to really look at your mods. I mean, I've looked at some of the teams that do have the mods.
His mods are perfect.
Yeah, your mods are really good. They're on the right teams and stuff.
All in the right spots.
So your Darth Revan's done. Your GR team's done. There's a couple routes you could go, right? So we've got Bounty Hunters. We've got your Grievous is gear 13. I think it was your Night Sisters. I think DACA 13 with the Zeta is really, really good against is for the Night Sisters. One, it boosts up her stats incredible, and it also, as your zombies dying and others are dying, she's just getting health, and it's just ridiculous. It'll help you out in the GOTVs. Man, I've beaten so many stupid teams with that. I've beaten Anakin teams because it's like they'll go in and kill my Night Sisters, docs, and they're like, well, I'll just revive them back because you can't kill me. It's kind of the same concept there, so it really makes her nasty. So if I would say Gear 13, do some of your Night Sisters. That's a nasty-ass team. Some other ones, you got Rebels you can go. You can do R2, Chewbacca, Han. Those are my top 3 of the Rebels to do. That's a possibility for Gear 13.
Do some of his Bounty Hunters, like Boss.
Yeah, Boss is really good. You get the extra speed from Boss. Let's look at your Boss again. I have my Boss done. Yeah, you're one piece away. That'll give him more speed, more health, and more protection. It's always a plus, especially if you get that second Z on him. That's really, really nice. So that's enough right there just to keep you busy. Rebels, Bounty Hunters, Night Sisters. I mean, from there you can go other routes. I mean, it's up to you at that point. So the main characters, you can go the Jedi, and you could do like Jedi Knight Revan. You can do Grandmaster Yoda. You can go that route as well. So those teams that you're mainly using for offense or defense, I really like the Gear 13s. Yeah. So there you go. So there's some of your suggestions for who you can do your mods. Your Zetas, we've given some suggestions as well. We've got Boss that you can do, DACA you can do to round out those teams. You have First Order that needs a couple Zetas. So, but a lot of your teams are done, and they look really good. So these are just some of your suggestions. You can go eventually do clones if you want to. I mean, kind of tell people to wait a little bit. Let's see what other reworks and stuff are coming down the pipe, because I'm going to have the whole story before I sit there and say, well, let's...
Regardless, though, I think
you could do Rex.
This one is probably going
Flies.
to still be amazing.
Yeah.
Because if they are going to do something with the Clone Wars, chances are it's going to be more clones. and that his little cooldown reduction of clones is going to be very nice.
Yeah. So those are some of the possibilities for you, Minakuchi. So if you take some suggestions, mull it over. If you need some more input on it, just message me, man. We'll talk about it. You know what you want to do. I mean, your account's great, dude. Really fantastic job with this. It's just little things here and there that you could do. Gear 13s that you can do just to make your team stronger. Zeta here, Zeta there. Other than that, so we've given you what you need for GAC. Some suggestions to go both ways. Some definitely defense, some definitely offense. Some Zeta suggestions and some Gear 13 suggestions, which is what you wanted. So, yeah, I'm just basically just giving him options on the wealth of riches he has here with this account. It's fantastic. So, I've looked at your mods briefly. His mods are insane. So, you're doing a great job with your mods. Just keep slicing, keep doing what you're doing, man. Your speeds are phenomenal. I have no complaints there. So with that, we're done. And Minakuchi, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me anytime, and I will be more glad to help you out. It's what we do here. So if you guys have questions, let's see the questions. I'm sorry. If you would like a in-depth roster review, we'll get your questions in, guys. But if you would like an in-depth roster review, like we just did for our good friend Minakuchi, shout out to your guild Club dos Hots. I love saying it. It just feels nice. All you need to do is send your GG page to Dr. Finn, Medicine Woman, the Troll Extraordinaire, Finity, Finity, in our Discord. Give him a day to respond. If he doesn't, send him another message, but he will respond eventually. He'll let you know that you're in the queue. Once you're in the queue, you just wait 3 to 4 weeks. When your time comes, he will let you know that it's your time coming up. He'll set a date and time, and then we'll do your roster review. Now, if you would like that to happen sooner rather than later, all you need to do is become a patron. If you become a patron before you send your GG in, let Finn know that you just became a patron. Once you do that, say, hey, look, I want a roster review, and I'm a patron, because that allows you to bump up your roster ahead of the line, so you get it done sooner rather than later. Also, if you have one in the queue right now on your Patreon, let Finn know. He can bump it up. If you have one in the queue and you're not a Patreon, but you're like, I'd like to get it bumped up sooner, just become a Patreon. And then again, let Finity know that that's the case. So you got to help Finn out a little bit so you can get yours done sooner rather than later. So there's that. And there's also a ton of other benefits for being a Patreon. We do mini roster reviews. We do workshops. We're going to do another one next week. You guys get access to a lot of stuff that nobody else did. You get your own channels and Discord, and you can reach out to us. I mean, anybody's welcome to reach out to me anytime, but you guys get your own special little channel where you get to preview stuff that we're working on, and you guys get first insight on what we're doing. You know, the workshops are great because it just allows all the VIPs to come in, and they just get to pick our brain for 2 to 3 hours straight, where they can just like really get that personal time with that they want with me and Finn. So there's that. And then if you really are just struggling with mods and you need help with mods, I do offer my services. The Ranger J $19.99 modding services. I charge $15 for every 500k total GP. That's basically $30 for every million GP. I work on the cheap. If you would like to hang out with me, which pretty much everybody does, it's just $20. And you get to hang out with me. So what we do is we'll get your mods squared away, we'll get your inventory squared away, we'll get your teams set up with the best mods you have available. We'll talk about the strategy and teams, and you guys, and people love it because they get to hang out with me. They get to talk to me. They get to ask me a lot of questions. We just have fun. Anybody that's done it has enjoyed it. I guarantee that you'll be better off than you were before, and doing better than you were before. And people love it because they really get to see how I filter through mods, so which ones I'm keeping and why I'm keeping it and things of that nature, and it really helps them to get better at the game. So if you like that service, all you need to do is message me. I've been doing a lot of them lately, so if you want this service, please message me sooner rather than later so I can set up a date and time. I'm very flexible on when I can do it, so don't worry about that. And all you need is your login information. We just go in, get it squared away, and then we move on. And you can see my Discord link, his name is right there. All right. Now that we've got all that squared away, Finn, and Grim, I keep thinking Finn's here. He's not. Let's do some questions. So we did the event, so let me go to questions. Let's look here. Well, the thing's being slow. Come on, Nightbot. Work with me, buddy. I need you to work with me here. All right, let's see. Today's the 29th. All right, let's get to all of the questions. I need something on the screen. Let me do some GW. Why not? What team do we want to run today there, Grim? We're showing off different teams. I don't know.
How are your clones?
They're okay. I mean, they're not great. I don't have any of the Zetas or anything like that, so... they're like 10. Rex is 12. I could take them up. I'm just waiting to see what happens. What team will we haven't run in a while? Let me look here. Let's do some troopers. Why not? No. Okay.
To the dance party squad.
Yeah. Well, my my range trooper's 9, so we'll do that. 9. Yeah, why not? All right. Let's see. August 29th, Rose Taco. First question from Rose Taco, the best human being on the planet. Says, question: I read today that Tesla solar panels are still catching on fire. I wonder if it's because they're missing a cross stitch like me. Oh, snap. Somewhere.
Oh.
I hope Tits gets that done soon, just so you guys leave her alone. Because then, my life becomes hell. So brutal, man. Kane77 question: what is the best way to mod Padme? There's 2 ways. You can make her super fast with health and protection, or health, or you can just go like really beefy, just health mods with health secondaries. That's kind of the way you go with it, Kane. Skywalker Vader says, question: hi guys, I have 1 Zeta for Brood Alpha. Which Zeta should I use it on? I use my bugs on defense for JSC most of the time. You want the Brute Zeta. That's the first one you do. Not as leader. Get the Brute. It's an extra tune. He gets the same stats as your Brood Alpha. It's worth it, right? Don't do that. Yes, Skywalker Vader. Matthew 1908 says, question: what's your opinion on another 2 episodes of GOTV Darkside in September? Shouldn't they be ready for Geo Lightside? Seems like monetizing on relics and potential surprise legendaries. Yeah, I don't. We saw the calendar. I don't know what you thought, Grim, when you just looked at the calendar. Anything that popped in your mind when you saw it?
Other than, I'll finally be able to get Darth Revan. Not really.
Yeah. So, Darth Revan's coming back. But yeah, they schedule. I don't know what their plan is. I don't know if one of those it just says Geonosians territory battle. Maybe they switch it. Maybe they switch it and put Lightside in. I don't know.
Do you guys really want Lightside GOTV? I mean, we're getting our asses handed to us in the dark side GOTV. The light side GOTV is going to be considerably harder.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
So, I mean, it's going to be brutal, man.
Yeah. All right. But we'll see, because it is subject to change, Matthew. Let's see how it plays out. Proper catch question: how important is added potency for mods than Fallen Basla? I want to add more speed to her, but her potency in CD drops dramatically to do so. I mean, so for me, it's not about. I mean, I'd love to have a full potency set on her, but I went speed. It's about speed. It depends on what you're trying to do with her. I mean, if you're going fast, Revan, fast Malik, then you can focus on putting potency on her. I mean, she gets the bump from her and Revan with potency and her Zeta and stuff. But I like to have more in there because sometimes stuff doesn't land. So the more potency you can have, the better. But most people don't have the mods to do the Malik Revan combination, so they do the Revan Basla combination. So it's not so much about the potency. She's gonna be fine on potency. It's about speed, because if you can get your corrupted battle meditation off before anything else, then you're golden, right? So and it's most of the time, most of it lands. Sometimes it hits and misses, and you're just like, well, but it's still a lot of debuffs are on, and that's pretty important, especially like if you're running like Sith Marauder and things of that nature. So speed is just more important. I mean, if it bumps anything added potency is just going to make it better for her, but it's not a be-all, end-all thing. I think you'll be okay there. Zombie question: how important is speed for the Padme team, and how high should it be? It's not. I mean, it depends. If you're going to use it as a Darth Revan counter, it's not. If you're going to use it for everything else, then yes, it is. And you can get Padme pretty fast, exceptionally fast. And when she goes first, good lord, that's nice. As high as you can make it, zombie is really my answer. If you're going to go fast, if you're going to go all in, go all in. But if you're not, then make her slow. That's the way it should go. The great satire question: at what point does a Padme lead become effective? Mine has the Zetas, but it's still Gear 8. Those Kairos are awesome. All other GRs are Gear 12. She becomes effective at Gear 11. This is when you start using her. She's just too squishy at lower levels. Great satire. You have to have her Gear 11, so just get her to Gear 11. I know I did the grind on the Kyrtex for her, so it sucks, but yeah. But Gear 11. Proper catch question. In order to remain competitive and be a good guild member, I feel I have to keep pushing forward. How do I balance working on older, less prevalent, incomplete teams? So when you work on these teams, eventually you're going to get them done. And then you can go back and work on some of this stuff, right? So say, for instance, you want to work on troopers. You can work on troopers and Geonosians at the same time, but you have to prioritize. Like, say you're trying to do stuff for your guild. Like, you want to get your separatists squared away, right? Now, my mindset is, what is it you're trying to work on the team? So, do you have... Because you can mix in farms easy enough if you're working on multiple teams. Like, 2 teams at a time is fine, right? You could do, say, your separatist stuff... Like, say you're working on your Geos and work on another team like Night Sisters. You just mix in the farms and what your priority is and stuff, right? And you can add pieces. Like, when I was farming certain teams, I still was farming, like, Bosk and Django as part of that farm, right? Because you can do 5 hard nodes a day, right? Without refreshes or anything and still work on characters. You just have to balance it. So if you're going to work on stuff for like GOTB and to be competitive, like the GR team, the GO team, I think getting those teams done first, like if you're doing Separatists and GR at the same time, I'm cool with it. You're trying to get both those teams knocked out. Don't worry about the secondary ancillary teams. Eventually you'll get the GR team and the Separatist team done and some of these other high-level teams. Then you can go back and start picking which teams you want to finish and rounding out. Like, say you've got all that done and you're like, okay, I want to do Troopers in First Order. Good, go get them done. But once you commit to it, stay committed to it. There's always going to be new characters coming to the game, but as we've seen in GAC, the more rounded out your teams are, the better, and you'll be more effective for your guild in TW and other places like that where you can help them out, raids, things of that nature. So it just depends. Look at your roster. What are you working on? Are you working on, so like the top 4 teams, Darth Revan, Jedi Knight Revan, GR, opinion on what you think is the 4th team, get those 4 knocked out. Then you can say, okay, those are done. What do I need to work on next? What's the priority? Then pick 2 more teams. Focus on them. Getting them the stars, getting them the gear, things of that nature. Or maybe you've got a lot of those farms. You say, okay, what do I need pieces for these teams to get done? Like you're working on your bounty hunters. Like, okay, let me get Bosk. I need the Houndstooth, so I'll work on Django. I'll work on Bosk. And then you're like looking at your troopers like, okay, I need Death Trooper. So just kind of figure it out like that. And make your plan according to that. The Great Satire says, good question. Let's see, get some more questions. Are you really going to fight me now? Now Nightbot wants to be stupid. Okay. There's always something not working here, man. Oh, God damn it.
It'll be one of those days.
It's going to be one of those days, Make me log back in. Yes, I agree, Nightbot. Now let me get back into the damn thing. Okay, thank you. I'd like to answer questions from the fans, if you don't mind. Matthew says, question, what's your 3 preferred teams for GSC after Darth Revan, Jedi Knight Revan, Padme, GG, and why? Night Sisters. They're nasty. They're exceptionally nasty on defense. Yeah, they can be countered, but they can also win, and it forces people to use stuff. I'll throw one in there. I'm going to let you pick one, Graham. I like the Night Sisters. What's another team you like?
Triumvirate, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's an easy, undermanned team that can get you extra banners.
Yes, I really like that team as well. And then I'd say Rebels, man. CLS, man, for forever, man. It killed so much stuff. It's a great team to have. You know, so those three teams, and then I see as a fourth consolatory team that I like just for defense, and you can use for offense. But bounty hunters, man, I'm a big bounty hunter. I'm a scum and villainy kind of guy, so I love boss, led bounty hunters. I'm almost at the point where I'm almost tempted. Someone asked if I could possibly do it. I was like, I don't know, but then I looked at the speed of my boss. I'm like, well, he's gear 13 and he's 300 plus speed. If I did take Django out of there and added another bounty hunter, what's the possibility?
Might end up having to. We might end up getting the Mandalorian.
I mean, yeah. So it could change, but I could get away with that. But we'll see. But I love bounty hunters as well. So besides those four, I think Rebels, Night Sisters, the Sith Triumvirate are pretty nasty. I like those teams a lot. So those are really, really, really good. We got a lot of people off. All right, Finn's like Capes out. Pickles out. We spammed the hell out of Urge yesterday with that. It was the funniest thing. Someone asked in the chat what was happening. It's like, what is happening? Why are we whipping out our pickles and stuff of that nature? I was like, oh, if he only knew. Nev says he just finished his GAC and nailed it. He always does. You do a great job with your GAC.
Nice.
So, yeah, keep your questions coming in. All right, here's Matthew. We just did that one. So, now we're just sitting back, talking, having fun. So, if you guys got your questions, keep them coming in. We'll go for a few more minutes. Finn, if you're listening, Stupid Finn, set up an event for 1:30, please, for GAC. For first round action, please, Dr. Finn. Paging Dr. Finn. Dr. Finn, please. So... Proper catch question: is Nihilus Unique Zeta necessary for the Triumvirate team? No, I don't believe
it's
so.
It's not required, but it is nice.
It is nice to have. It's not needy. I mean, Scions is, Treyas 2 are, but Nihilus you can get away with not having it. It's nice though. I like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can still kick ass. I mean, Annihilate's Annihilate. It doesn't affect anything. It just makes them affects them different ways. But it's not that Annihilate. That thing is still one of the best moves in the game. I mean, Nihilus, brother, man, so many battles. Nihilus has just been just amazing. Where it's like, kiss my ass.
Well, I like that Zeta because it actually makes it to where you can use Annihilate a little bit quicker because it's a guaranteed.
Yeah.
Debuff for your the force drain.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it's nice, but not totally necessary. So you can get away with not having it until you can get it on there. And you'll do fine. So Triumvirate works just fine. All right, we're doing some more GW here. Get you guys, if you have any more questions, get them in. Make sure you hit the thumbs up and subscribe and all that good stuff. So we're going to try to get Finn to set that event up for 1:30. We'll go do my GAC first round. For you guys here, and we have fun. We'll go through the counters. We'll see if we can do the full clear. Try to get some of the feats done, things of that nature. Get some extra points, extra banners, things of that nature. So that's what we do. And I hope your guys' GAC is going well too. And I will put this out to you. If you guys are having problems with GAC or you've got questions or anything like that, just message me, man. I mean, that's what we're here for. Join our Discord if you haven't joined it already, and then you can find me easily. I answer questions all the time. Doing remod sessions, people are like, God, you get a lot of questions. Like, yeah, and I enjoy it. I may not always respond immediately, but I will respond as quickly as possible, guys. Sometimes I'm busy doing other stuff and maybe away from the computer, at the store or something like that. But I will, if I see your question, I will respond as quickly as I can. Nathaniel Miller says, question, what are your go-to teams in STR Phase 4 after Night Sisters taking on Signing Trap? You know what team I did try? I did try the GR team. Got a pretty decent score on it, man.
The Padme team?
Yeah, did very well. Got a good little score out of it. Because they can just, especially during, like, say you do Nihilus, then you go to Scion, the Padme team will really wreck that ass. Not so much when it's just Treya herself. You can still get a pretty good score, 600,000 to 1 million. But that's still pretty nice for Phase 4, right? I tried the Geos. Didn't go too well. I mean, they put some damage. They actually did some pretty decent damage. but they just don't last that long. They just start wearing themselves out. But I like GR there. I'm trying to think of what else I've used. That's the one that pops up to my brain first. Other teams like that, just yeah. Ziggler said, "Good luck in GSC. Mine still suck." Well, we'll get there eventually. Ziggler, yeah, blame Finn. I saw that earlier. Jedi Gunny question: based on info we got, what character type will be best to do relic on first? No idea. We haven't seen the stats on the relics. I don't know.
I'd say it would probably it. I mean, this is just my theory. The characters that are the most versatile will be the ones that'll probably be worth relicking the first, like Thrawn.
Well, you're going to do your arena team first, right? You're going to do. You want to go your arena team that are Gear 13. You have to keep up, right? You got to get that crystal payout. Mm-hmm. But then after that, depends. I mean, we'll have to see the stats, But it's also going to depend on what you can get Gear 13. So that's a big part of it too. Skywalker Vader question: I don't have a full Padme team and a full clone team, so how about a Rex 5 and clone Sergeant with GK and Ahsoka? I'd actually put Echo in there. Rex's leader, do you like it? Thanks. Actually, yeah, I'd go with the 5 up first, so they get that. You get that with Ahsoka as well. I'd keep GK for Jin. I'd put your Anakin in there if you can instead of GK. I've actually heard that team for offense will work out pretty well. If you don't, then stick with GK. But I like GK if you're not going to use them on the GR team, more on the Jedi Knight Revan team. Rayrock says, hello gamers and skewers, checking in late, just finishing with the meeting. We're glad to have you here, Rayrock. Scorp 30 question: Ranger, I've been hard charging on Gear 13. Should I stay on course of work on Shock T? She's only Gear... What is that? Gear 8 and 4 stars. She's my only farm right now. Yeah, stick with that. That's fine. I don't have a problem with you working on Shock T. Stay on target.
A really good character.
Yeah, she is really good. Makes the clones pretty good too. The Grey Satire question: do you think we'll ever get a serious resistance or first order ship meta with the movie coming? Possibly. I mean, we saw all those ships in that trailer, man. I'm excited for that. But then again, this is ships in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, so
those weren't first order or resistance. Those are rebels and Imperials.
Well, you can name whatever you want to name them, right? Resistance B-wing. I don't care. Just give me the damn B-wing.
I'd love to see more ships because I mean they could do so much with ships, more than what they can do with ground-based characters. So.
Matthew says, question: is there a limit on how many crystals you're saving for a Panic Farm Legendary? 15K, 20K, 30K? Typically it's 30K, man. Because you just want to have that flexibility. When I thought that Darth Vader was coming, I saved actually almost 40K crystals. And boy, did those come in handy, man. When they announced Darth Revan and was seeing what was going to be needed, I was like, oh my god. You try to focus on characters you think will be a part of it. Best guess, especially if you're free to play. But yeah, I used what gear I got for the Old Republic because I thought that's where they were going to go. I was hoarding a bunch of stuff for Darth Revan based off what I had seen with Jedi Knight Revan. I kind of based the gear that probably be the same kind of gearing for Darth Revan. Saved Zetas and stuff just to have the flexibility. But yeah, I had almost 40,000 crystals and I blew through all that crap. Mainly because Darth Revan came and I was like, hey, I did a good job. Yay! And then I'm like, I got gear for Revan. Yay! What really saved my ass on those is when they did Malak. I'm like, oh, shh. I was like, oh, thank God. I had some of that left over to do something with. So,
and then you were like, oh, God, I spent all my get store currency.
Well, yeah, that one took me by surprise. No one saw that coming. That's what I was like, at least I got Malak. So, it made a big difference. It's like, oh, my God. And Ray Rock's giving some suggestions for our friend about the clone team. That works, Ray Rock. I like that idea. You can take that Skywalker Vader. Ray Rock knows the stuff. All right, good questions. Keep them coming. I'm going to go a few more minutes here and see if we have any more questions. We're just running the trooper team. Why not? We're having some fun here. So that's right. Stomp it out there, buddy. Stomp it out. Get that extra protection stuff. I do need to get a range trooper, man, but I've been so hyper focused on separatists and all this new stuff that I just, I got into 7-star in gear 9. I'm like, I can take him up higher, but I'm like, I got to save that gear. It's.
I know the feeling.
I mean, because if you look, I mean, really, I'm almost out of stuff to farm. I mean, Shock T, I'm farming already, but getting down to ancillary characters. You can see when I'm working on visas. I'm about to finish Clone Wars Chewbacca. He's one shard away. Shock T. And once I get some of these done, like Visa, Shock T, I'm about to finish up the ships that I've been working on. So I've already got Xanadu done. So it's just finish up IG, who's been a butthole to get.
Yeah, that makes me wonder, are we going to get...
But I'm going to start working on some of this other stuff, like Sith Fighter and Ray's Millennium Falcon. It's mainly going to be a lot of ships I'm farming that I haven't finished yet. I mean, I got a lot done, but I'll do like Vulture Droid, things of that nature. Get those ships done. So, because I'm running out of hard nodes to farm. Because the characters that I got left over, I'm like, I'm really not interested in farming you. And I'm not going to farm you. Like, I don't care about or Coruscant Underworld Police or Good Morning Guard or Lobot, so, like, yeah, I could work on you guys, but, nah.
That's the big question, though, dude. I wonder if they're going to require Clone Wars Chewbacca for light side TV.
Could be. I mean, mine will be 7 stars. And basically, I got all those shards. I think he was 73 out of 100. And I was like, okay, I'll spend a couple days on Cantina getting him to 7 stars just in case, right? In case we need him for something. So I'm like, I'll get that character done. I don't want to be surprised. But, yeah. So there'll be a lot of ship farming in my future here pretty soon. I'm going to add those in there. Matt Bailey question, what's the last time you rewatched the original trilogy? I just started again with all the years between the release. It must have been agonizing to have to wait for it to finish. It's always on TV, so I'm always catching it. I know TNT has the rights to the Star Wars movies right now. They have Star Wars marathons on all the time. So, yeah, it's always there. I mean, my God, I've watched those movies so much. It's stupid.
Marathons of Harry Potter.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Harry Potter is USA, I believe. It was ABC Family. I remember they used to have Harry Potter marathons, but I know that TNT will do Star Wars. The new ones always pop in. Like Netflix has gotten the latest ones, like The Last Jedi's on there, Solo's on there.
Last Jedi was just on FX.
Is it on FX now? Okay, yeah. So it's reached that point of pay per view. It's still on Netflix, I think, but because I just saw it popped in my Netflix. Like, hey, you want to watch The Last Jedi? Like, no, I'm good. I've seen it. It was okay. I had some problems with it. I don't think it's bad as some people think, but it's, if I'm going to watch anything, like my
best Star Wars movie, no.
Yeah, Rogue One's on. I'm watching Rogue One. I absolutely adore and love that movie. Empire, I'm watching. And Revenge of the Sith, man, I think that's a great film, and I love it. I can't stand 1 and 2. There's some parts of 1 I really like, and the end, of course, seeing Yoda in 2, but yeah, Revenge of the Sith, I love that movie. Just wait to see for Ian McDermott. So good. That fight between Anakin and Obi-Wan, I love that one fight too. So, Star Wars, I'll watch. I like Star Wars. It's not as important to me as Empire Strikes Back. Return of the Jedi is pretty good, but yeah, those are kind of the movies that if they're on when they're doing the marathons, I'm like, Empire Strikes Back, yes please. Revenge of the Sith, yes please. Rogue One, oh absolutely. I like Solo too. We went back and we watched it again, and I like, God, Solo was a good movie. I really liked that. It's a shame that the backlash and things of that nature that affected that movie and everything, because it was pretty good movie. I liked it a lot. I
enjoyed Solo.
Yeah, I did too.
I mean, origin stories. I mean,
hey, Rosin 972.
A lot of the times when they do origin stories, it's not a good movie usually.
No, but this one was pretty solid. I liked it a lot, man. I'm just excited, man. With the new Disney streaming service, yeah, I'm excited for the new movie, but I'm more excited for these series because it's going to be like Game of Thrones. I could just watch it and just soak in its goodness. This is taking my money, man. I'm telling you that right now. But Mandalorian, the new Obi-Wan, I'm just season 7 of the Clone Wars. I'm just super excited and stoked to have all these series, man, because it's going to keep Star Wars alive, and I'm just really happy about it. That Mandalorian trailer, I was like, that's amazing. I was so happy watching that. I was like, that's incredible. Just take my money, Disney. Y'all got me.
Oh, it's Filoni.
Yeah, Force Awakens was pretty solid. I like Force Awakens as well.
Filoni has spoiled us with Star Wars. You know, he really has.
Yeah, anything Dave Filoni's involved with, I'm in. I'm in. You know, I'm all in. I'm totally in on that. So, all right. So I think that was the last question. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a quick break here, guys. We're gonna end the stream now. Make sure those watching give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. Check out our Patreon, all that good stuff. We're gonna end the stream here, and then give me 30 minutes, and we'll be back at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. U.S. and we're going to do my GSC first round fight. So we'll do that. Hopefully Finn heard me. He's getting the event set up. If not, I'll just go set up the event myself because I can do that. All right, last question from Matt Belly. Question: how long do you think it will be before they come out with an Ahsoka series? Maybe the period between Clone Wars and Rebels. I don't want to see that. What I want to see, Matt, is I want to see what the hell happened after Rebels. That's what I'm more interested in. Oh, Finny said, yes. Yeah, Finny just said he did set up the event. So, yes. And Philippe Menacucci says, thanks for the review, folks. Philippe, you're more than welcome, my friend. It was our honor. And if you have any questions, Philippe, hit me up. All right, yeah, I'll switch it here, Finn. So, yeah, we're going to end it right now. So, with that being said, yeah, I would love to see what happened with Ahsoka and Sabine and Ezra and Thrawn. That's the big money ticket right there, man. I got to see what happened there, man. Because Ahsoka is really one of my favorite characters. I remember the backlash that Ahsoka got when she first came in, and now she's one of the most beloved characters in Star Wars. You know, and I'd like to see her progression from that point on.
The scene in Rebels when it clicked for her who Darth Vader was, just
oh my god,
one of the best scenes in Star Wars.
I know the fight between her and Darth Vader in Rebels is incredible. So, revenge is not the Jedi way. I'm no Jedi. Like, goddamn, get your ass, Ahsoka. I mean, you knew she couldn't beat him. Ahsoka's really good, but Vader is freaking Vader, man. And they did the fight perfectly that way. You know, it was so good. So, all right. So we're gonna end the stream there. Thanks for hanging out with us today, guys. Give us 30 minutes. We'll be back at 1:30 p.m. Eastern, and we're gonna do some GAC. So hang tight. Got more stuff coming down the pipe for you guys, and we'll see you on the flip side. Peace.